Hi guys, this is David. I'm making this update as far as well, I'm actually going to try to make this update as quick as I can. Is what I'm trying to say. One reason why is because I've actually got to try to get on the bus pretty soon. Of course, I've been still riding the bus right now, and so I can get the car going. Plus, another thing is I think it's going to be short on the time limit as far as what I can record on this too. Like I said before in the past, I think it only does about 10 minutes as far as how it records. And then after that, I think the volume actually starts to stop on it or something as far as my Android phone. In other words, I need to someday get myself a regular camera still, but I'll see if I can still get a hold of that someday. But anyways, back to the update part of this video. Uh, I've actually been staying in the shelter recently, and I'm not sure if I even mentioned that before in other videos or not, but I've actually been in there for about 2 weeks now, maybe even, well, no, actually, it's probably been close to around 3 weeks now, as far as how long I've been in there for. But another thing too that actually is some good news too, though, as far as my updates goes, is the fact that I've been working now too. It's a part-time job. It's in the morning times from 6 to 10 in the morning time, so it's not a whole lot of hours, but it's something though. It's actually something that's going to be a start as far as me getting some money coming in. So the good thing about that is that before you know it, I will be able to get a car again, and then of course after I get a car, then I can go ahead and work on getting myself a pizza delivery job as well. And then at that point, I can start making somewhere around $100 a day. And then, of course, when I'm making that type of money, then it won't take too long at all to be able to save up some money and get myself either a camper van or a truck camper, depending on how my money situation is and depending on how things go. But another thing, too, that I guess is, as far as where I'm at right now, as far as this update, is that you can also see a little bit of Dayton, and as far as the downtown area of Dayton, and see what it looks like. So that way it's a change of view instead of just seeing my face all the time. And actually are kind of here and there and sporadic and stuff like that. But do keep in mind though that when I do get myself a camper van going, that I will be making more videos on a regular basis. I'll plan on doing that for sure when I get myself a camper van, because it's going to be easier to do them too. As far as staying at the shelter right now, I could make them there if I wanted to, but I choose not to because I don't like dealing with the retards that's there, the rejects and retards that's there, and I don't want them knowing all my business and stuff. So I just pretty much stick to myself, and I don't really talk to too many people in there. Just one or two guys here and there that seems like they might have a little bit of sense with them, but that's about it. Because when it comes to the shelter, though, so the people in there is either in there because they're alcoholics or they got drug problems or some type of situation like that that they're dealing with. So they're, well, I'll say this: there's a lot of rejects in there, and there might be a few people in there that are trying to really get their lives back together and get things done like they're supposed to be doing, but most of them are not like that, though. Most of them really do not care whatsoever, and they're just fine with just sitting there all day long watching TV or playing ping pong because they got a ping pong table there, or just watching movies and just different crap like that. So it's really pretty sad if you think about it, because that's not a good life. Just sitting there all day long, just watching TV or watching movies all day long and stuff, and you get your 3 meals a day and stuff like that. It's fine, but there's no life. You're not getting out there and you're not enjoying life, and there's a lot of things in life that you're actually missing out on, and that's really sad that people are like that. And well, I guess you can think about it like this too, is that it's another perfect example of why you should stay away from drugs and alcohol and stuff. I mean, if you're a casual drinker and you don't have any problems when it comes to drinking and stuff, then that's fine. But if you're an alcoholic and you got some problems when it comes to drinking, then I would definitely say, of course, stay away from it. And right there is a perfect example why. So if you ever want to see somebody screwed up from drugs or alcohol and see what the effects are, then go to a homeless shelter and check them out, because there is people there that volunteers on a regular basis too, as far as helping out and doing the volunteering work as far as the lunch line and stuff like that. So they get to see too as far as what's going on. But it's just, I don't know, it's just a perfect example, and it's a easy way to see the type of life, as far as how people are when they're addicted to drugs and alcohol. That, and plus the fact that I might have mentioned it before too in the past in one of my videos, but in case I didn't, that I've also lost a sister as well from drugs. She actually had a major drug problem in the past, and one of my sisters, I've actually got a total of 3 sisters, and one of them now actually is passed away, and it is because of having addiction to drugs. She ended up overdosing one time, and so that was definitely not a good situation. So I guess that's enough as far as going that rant and rave and stuff. But I mean, that's it as far as that aspect that I want to talk about as far as my updates, as far as being in the shelter and stuff like that. I guess another thing I can talk about real quick is that as far as me getting a car, I figure that I should probably be able to get one within about a month from right now. Maybe less, depending on how things go, because I don't really have any expenses right now too much. I do got child support that I still am trying to pay on too here and there. I paid a little bit the other day on that, but otherwise, I mean, most of my money is going to be able to be saved up toward getting a car going. And even though I'm working part-time, I'm pretty much getting to save almost all my money though. Especially the fact that I'm not having to pay anything as far as eating and stuff. I mean, I do eat out sometimes still, because I don't like eating the food from the shelter all the time. I mean, some of it's okay, actually. Some of it's really not that bad at all. But sometimes some of the stuff that they have tastes like total crap. So sometimes I don't mind eating out too, as far as before I go in there. And it's never a thing, of course, where you know what you're going to get. Either you just go in the line and you get what you get, and that's it. You either eat it or you don't. So it's one of those type of things. But yeah, as far as me getting a car though, I figure that I should probably be able to get one in about a month. This job I'm working at, as far as this janitor job, I just recently started it actually last week, and they I think hold back, and plus it pays every 2 weeks too. So I think actually I might get my first check a week from today, because they pay on Tuesdays, I think is when it is too. So I'm thinking a week from today is when I will actually get my first check from it. I actually had another check I recently got this past Friday, and that was actually from a grocery store I was working at. But I actually quit that job, and the reason being is because they was working me for third shift. And then plus what happened too was the one time I was working that one of the days I was working on third shift, the janitor job actually also called me up too, like the very next day, and they wanted me to go ahead and get started like that next day. So I said, okay, yeah, I'll definitely go with that, because the janitor job actually is from 6 in the morning until 10 o'clock in the morning. So it's a lot better hours. And as far as the other job I had at the grocery store, it was third shift. So I